my God, what a match. And I, like many other Union fans, lost a little bit of sleep tonight with daylight savings and the Union starting off at a late time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the East Coast. And a match that felt like it was dragging on a little too much, but the Philadelphia Union got a positive result to give to the Union fans. And here on DOOP by the River today, my Doopettles, we're going to discuss what went down over in Bank of California Stadium between LAFC and the Philadelphia. But don't go anywhere, because you don't want to miss this DOOP by the River. So let's get this started, guys, shall we? I think so. Right, welcome everyone to DOOP by the River, the show where we follow everything Philadelphia Union with your Philly Sports Network Union team. And of course, that is right, this is a PSN production here. If you're looking for all of your Philly sports needs, head on over to phillysportsnetwork.com to find everything from the Eagles to the Philadelphia Fusion. We got it all for you. And let's dive right into this, Doopettles. Union versus LAFC. You know, going into this match, there wasn't a lot of high hopes for the Philadelphia. We discussed it. You know, the FC Dallas match kind of had people down a little bit. Definitely not the way we all wanted to start our season, but this is the MLS. Stuff happens. And the Philadelphia needed a bounce back performance here against LAFC. I don't think many of us believe that we could walk into LAFC, get a W, but show us something. Show us some fight. Show that you were not scared. And like I've said in the FC Dallas review, you're trying to go through the growing pains early on in the season so that later on it is nice and easy breezy. And like we discussed in the podcast with the lovely Valeria, you know, for LAFC, we weren't sure what kind of team we would get. You know, they had a big CCL matchup next Thursday against Cruz Azul. So we weren't sure if Bob Bradley would rest some of his star players, but he would put in some of his heavy guns. And you know what? We clearly were not scared of this LAFC team. All right, but let's start off with the formations and the starting 11 that Jim Kirchin went with for the Philadelphia Union. And started in goal, who else but Andre Blake got another start. He got his second start of the season, and wow. First off, let's a round of applause real quick for our goalie Andre Blake, because he had an absolutely fantastic match here against LAFC. He, like many others on the Philadelphia Union squad against LAFC, got beat around quite a bit, and he took the worst of the beating, in my honest opinion. A couple shots to the head, and he stuck in there. Now, I know many are going to look at the scoreline and say, like, Barcelo, he let 3 goals in. I understand that, but look at the numbers here. He had 21 shots thrown at him, with 11 of them on target. He was busy throughout the night, and he allowed 3 goals in, but he made crucial saves that kept you in this match. LAFC never had the lead in this match to begin with. Unfortunately, once we got goals, LAFC would come back, but I'm not going to fault a lot of those goals on Andre Blake. He stepped up big when you absolutely needed him to step up. Let's move on to the back line here. Starting from left to right. Again, Matt Rial, Mark McKenzie, Jakob Glesnes, and Mr. Raymond Gaddis. Now, we'll start with the fullback here. Let's start with the left fullback here. Matt Rial got another start. The status of Kai Wagner is still up in the air. We do not know when he will return back with the Philadelphia Union, but Matt Rial, ladies and gentlemen, he played his best match as a member of the Philadelphia Union. He had the daunted job of trying to stop a Carlos Vela, the reigning MVP of last season, and he did a solid job. Carlos Vela had like maybe 2 clear opportunities on goal. Of course, he got the free kick as well, but Matt Rial really showed me a little something here in this match. He defensively really turned some heads on his performance. Great job by Matt Rial. I need some more of that. Mark McKenzie, another solid match here. Of course, I love the physicality that Mark McKenzie plays with. He's definitely the type of he's the type of leader that you definitely need. He leads by example. Great job by Mark McKenzie. Obviously, everyone is going to be talking, when it comes to this match, everyone's going to be talking about the Jakob Glesnes goal. There was an absolutely banger of a goal. We were even talking about best goal in Union history, in my honest opinion. I agree with Mr. Kevin Kincaid that this is the number 2 goal all time in our Union history. You just cannot beat what Pescadito did for the Union in his loan season with us. But listen, this was an absolute stunner of a goal, and we didn't even see it coming. That was the beauty of it. You know, him and Jamiro were doing the little chit chat before the free kick, and he just took that shit and knuckled it into the top left of the goal. Nothing LAFC goalkeeper. He had the tough responsibility of keeping up with Mr. Brian Rodriguez, and Brian had a couple runs that he got to him a couple times, but Ray Gaddis held his own, and he did a solid job, to say the least. I will say that Jakob Glesnes does need to work on his awareness. There's a couple of times where he looked a little lackadaisical with winning back the ball in our own end, and just trying to get the ball out. He just was not too decisive with the movement, and he got pickpocketed a couple of times in this match. So he needs to make that quick decision. You know, you win the ball back in our own end and get the ball out of there. You know, don't try to make a big play. Just find a guy that's closest to you, get the ball at your feet, and get the ball moving. Now, this back line played solid overall. They did give up the back line, and the goalkeeper did allow 3 goals to go past the net. The first one was a questionable call that was close to the box that Carlos Vela would get. You know, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna nail that free kick in. He did get that free kick in. On the second goal, Diego Rossi, if I was Mark McKenzie, I probably would have stepped up a little bit more to challenge him a little bit more. Rossi, he had plenty of space to curl that ball in it, and that's exactly what happened. And then on the third goal, it was a little messy in the box. Andre Blake, it did touch his hands. He did have the opportunity to save the ball. It deflected into the corner of the net. That's the one goal that really irked me a little bit. But listen, overall, you saw some good stuff from this defense. I think that, you know, they have allowed 5 goals in 2 matches here. I just think that they're just shoring it up. You know, Jakob Glesnes is a new member of this back line. You know, it's not Jack Elliott and Mark McKenzie right now. It's Mark McKenzie and Jakob Glesnes. So we will see, but I'm not discouraged completely because, again, I did see stuff that I did like from our back line. But let's move on to the midfield here, guys, because this is the part of the field that I was most pleased with. Let's start from left to right. We had Jamiro Montero, the very first start of Jose Andres El Brujo Martinez. At the right shuttle midfielder, we have Alejandro Bedoya, and at the tip of the diamond, Mr. Medford Messi, Brandon Aronson. And guys, where do we begin? Let's start with the left shuttle midfielder, Mr. Jamiro Montero. Now, Jamiro Montero, in my honest opinion, had a solid match defensively. I liked his ability to track back the ball. On the attack, I felt as if he wasn't as sharp as what I have seen from Jamiro Montero. He got pickpocketed a couple of times, and he didn't really make a huge play to spark an attack here. I definitely think that he's going to get back to that form last season where he was as an attacking player. Maybe we should try putting him back at the number 10. After the performance that you saw from Matt Real, I definitely think you've got to feel a little bit more comfortable allowing to put some more trust on Matt Real on the left-hand side. Maybe we could put Brandon Aronson on the left shuttle midfielder. And let's talk about Mr. Aronson, because Mr. Aronson, on the night where he was announced that he got the call up for the U.S. men's national team, he will be part of the Olympic qualifier group, along with Mark McKenzie in the back line, and along with Matt Freese, our backup goalkeeper. You know, congratulations to those 3 players, but especially Brandon Aronson. He is really taking his game to another level this season, and I'm in 2 matches thoroughly pleased with the type of player I've seen Brandon Aronson evolve to. He's definitely a little more physical. He's not scared anymore. You're seeing a guy who seems like he's been doing this for years, and he's not even 20. It's a crazy part about it. Lovely match by him. He got the 3rd goal. It was a great decision by him to pull the trigger and get the 3rd goal of the match for the Philadelphia Union. Great job by him. The story of this midfield has to be El Brujo Martinez, because El Brujo Martinez had a fantastic match here. His first start, like I said here, Warren Crayval got put on the injury list. Seemed a little last second. He creeped up on the injury list yesterday, but it was announced that he would not be able to go. And El Brujo Martinez might be the best defensive midfielder that we have in this midfield. He was tracking down balls. Literally, what me and Jupiter Ruiz said in my interview with him this past winter, literally is what we saw from him. He won the ball back, made that nice first move to create the quick transition. Definitely pleased to see what I saw from him. However, a part of me believes that the number 6 role might not be best suited for Jose Andres Martinez. I saw a guy that is aggressive and he wants to be a part of the attack. There was a couple of times where I saw him really high up the line on the midfield, and it kind of made me think, like, maybe could we try him out as a shuttle midfielder? I would try him out there maybe when we get to the U.S. Open Cups, maybe when we're trying to rest Jamiro or Brandon, but just give it a shot. See what he does out there. He definitely seems like he's got the speed. He's got the ability as an attacker to play as that shuttle midfielder, but great performance by him. And great job by the Union Media team. Jose Andres got beat up pretty bad yesterday as well, along with Andre Blake. If you guys didn't see, my man got cut up above his lip. He was a little bloody throughout the match, and he looked like Rocky. He looked like Rocky after Apollo Creed got done with Rocky. His face was a little beat up, but great first impression by Jose Andres Martinez. And I don't want to say I told you so, but Jupiter Ruiz and I told you guys so. All right, Alejandro Bedoya, our captain, had a solid match here. Again. He was active all match long in the midfield. He was hustling. He did not finish this match, unfortunately. He had some sort of cramp on his left leg. And to make matters worse, I don't think we took a charter flight back home to Philadelphia. So I'm hoping that those cramps are not killing Mr. Bedoya at this moment. But great match by Mr. Bedoya, to say the least. In the 84th minute, Mr. Anthony Fontana would come in for Alejandro Bedoya as he got those cramps. Fontana would come in for Mr. Bedoya. And in the 94th minute, Jose Andres Martinez would come out. Great performance by him. He suffered, it seemed to be maybe a hamstring. He did pull up his leg. I'm thinking cramps as well. But Jack Elliott would come in for him. And at that moment, we would switch to a 5-4-1 as Jim Curtin lipped with his mouth to the team on the pitch, giving the 5-4-1. Seems as if at that point Jim Curtin was just trying to get the point and get out of LA with the tie, to say the least. All right, up top, guys, we had, of course, Mr. Kasper Shibilko and Sergio Santos Gomes, and we have to start with SSG because, man, what a beautiful goal. If it wasn't for Glesnes, is a fantastic screamer. Sergio had a beautiful curler as well in the 29th minute to get the goal starting off for the Union. At that moment, the Union were playing well, but they were having a tough time of trying to track down these LAFC runs. So Sergio took the matters into his hands because he knew, we needed to get this first goal to set the tone here for LAFC. And he created his own space and was able to curl that bad boy into the top left corner of the goal. And there was nothing that Vermeer could do to stop that goal. Beautiful goal by him. Kasper Shibilko also played well. He looked very nifty. He was great on 1v1 situations, surprisingly. Did not get the goal yet. He hasn't got that first goal of the season yet, but hey, he needs to keep playing like this. I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw from Kasper Shibilko. In the 74th minute, Jim Kircher would go with Elsinho coming in for Sergio Santos Gomes. Wanted to add another element to the attack. Of course, we all know how well Elsinho is on those 1v1 situations. All right, let's dive into this match here, guys, because as we mentioned, going into this match, we didn't know what to expect. In the Dallas match, you saw the lack of ability for the Union to create a spark of attack when you didn't have much trust on Matt Rial moving up the pitch to attack. Warren Craval can only do so much as a central defensive midfielder. Great defensively. On the attack, we don't know at times. But it seems as if the Union stuck with the same game plan that they did against Dallas. Use the high press, match the speed with LAFC. We did a solid job matching the speed, quite honestly, guys. It was a back and forth battle in the beginning. Like I said, we had troubles trying to stop those LAFC runs. Carlos Vela was helping create the opportunities as well for LAFC. They had plenty of opportunities, but Andre Blake, he stood up tall in that goal. And then Sergio Santos Gomes in the 20th minute had the beautiful curler to put the Union up 1-0, stunning LAFC and all of Bank of California. But the story of this game was once the Union got a goal, LAFC was right there trying to get the goal back. 9 minutes later, after that Sergio Santos Gomes goal, it was a questionable call, but LAFC got awarded a penalty kick right outside the box, in which Carlos Vela would have a nice curler on the free kick. And not much Andre Blake could do there. And LAFC would tie the match there 1-1. All right, 10 minutes later after that, the Union would be awarded a free kick of their own, 30 yards. It seemed like 30 yards out from the goal, and we weren't sure if it was going to be Jamiro Montero or Jakob Liesnes as they were talking back and forth. But then at the end, Jakob got lined up in his stance and came through and hit a nice knuckleball. Nothing Vermeer could do there as well, and had probably the goal of the week, guys. Goal of the week in the MLS. That would put the Union up 2-1 with two absolutely stunning goals, to say the least. You would think LAFC would have the stunning goals, but no, the Philadelphia Union had the stunning goals, up 2-1. But again, narrative of this match. A minute later, Diego Rossi would have a nice curler of his own, as Mark McKenzie gave him too much space, and Diego Rossi would find a nice curler that would find the top right corner of the goal to tie this match back up 2-2. Heading into the second half, guys, if you were a Union fan or if you are a member of the Philadelphia Union, you had to feel good. You were tied up with this LAFC team in their own place, and you looked like you belong, guys. We looked like we belong. 69th minute, Brandon Aronson would cut back from the left, who was on the left side of the pitch, would cut back inside and would hit a nice low ball to the left side of the goal. Vermeer again could not do anything to get that ball, and the Union would go up 3-2 yet again. But of course, the story of this game, Union go up, LAFC find another goal to get back up, knotted up. 71st minute, Eddie Segura would head a ball right at Andre Blake, and Andre Blake could not control the ball, and it would score to the right side of the net, and LAFC again drew the match 3-3. Now the story in the early part of this match was the officiating was a little iffy, to say the least. Got a lot of calls went LAFC's way, but it didn't matter. The Union just kept battling. They just literally kept battling, kept chipping away. They did not care what was thrown at them. 20 minutes later, both teams kept going back and forth, but at the end, Jim Curtin in the 94th minute decided to bunker down. We went with 5-4-1, and LAFC, they scared us a couple times, but the Union held on, and they held on for the 3-3 draw, giving us our first point of the season and giving us something to build on. We literally caught the attention, not only the MLS, like every MLS, essentially every MLS market stayed up to watch this game because it was exciting. But this also helped us to help make MLS even more relevant. Like the funny part is seeing people who are non-Union people, showing interest in this game, showing interest in the Gleesnes goal. Like this may have not been a win on the scoreboard, but it was a win in the mental psyche of the Union, and it was a win to keep bringing the relevance to not only the Philadelphia Union, but MLS as a whole. I can't be mad here. I can't be mad, and I told you guys that if we got a draw against this LAFC team, I would be 100% ecstatic. 100%. And more, this is the Philadelphia Union team we're going to see. This is again going to be a pressing team that's going to build off the counterattack. And when Kai Wagner comes back, it's going to add another element to our game with his ability to attack and defend. And it's only going up, guys. It is only going up. Next Saturday is our home opener against the San Jose Earthquakes, and you know that the Sub is going to be rocking. Like, it's going to be absolutely crazy, and let's just hope that we continue getting this beautiful weather so that on Saturday we can sell out the Subaru Park and we can rattle Chester and we can get our first W of the season against the Earthquakes. But guys, that's all going to come up this week. PSN's got you covered with getting you prepared for this San Jose Earthquakes game. But final score again, the Philadelphia Union draw LAFC 3-3 in a midnight thriller out in Los Angeles, California. Guys, if you want to talk about anything LAFC Philadelphia in the comments below, let me know how you guys feel. You want to talk about the officiating. You want to talk about those spectacular goals by both Sergio Santos Gomes and by Jakob Gleesnes. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, don't forget, guys, to always keep up with the DOOP by the River podcast coming to you guys every week, getting prepared for the Union match in the Union week ahead that is to be. And of course, don't forget to head on over to Philly Sports Network for all of your Philly sports needs. Guys, I'm Ed Parcero Philly from Philly Sports Network telling you guys to DOOP on. DOOP on. Talk to you guys soon.